I P.K. Singh, Professor of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Banaras Hindu University. This course is designed as per 6th Dean Committee of the ICAR. This is the very important course. In fact, it is practically oriented for the student point of view, crop improvement of kharif crops. In fact, this course is designed not only for the student, it is also beneficial for the people, those who are engaged in R&D sectors, and the students who are preparing for the banking examinations, agriculture officers level of the exam of the state government or public sector of the examinations in private seat company. So, this course is very helpful to set up their own startup. They can also provide the job to another students. So, this course is crop improvement of kharif crops. So, here just I am going to discuss on the wild relatives of cereal, pulses and other kharif crops. First we should know what is wild relatives. Wild relatives includes all other species which are related to crop plants, means all are those who are relatives with the crop plants and by descent during their evolution. At the time of the evolutions, ancestor considered as a wild relatives. Wild relatives are much more difficult to hybridize with crops than are the wild form. It is a very difficult to hybridize, it cannot be hybridized among themselves. The importance of the wild relatives are, it is free to or resistance to disease and pest, stress tolerance includes abiotic stress like drought tolerant, salinity tolerant, flood etc. Wider adaptability to the climate change. If there is climate is change, then it can be survived. Since there is a natural selection are there, they are naturally selected over period of the time. Nutritional profiles are much higher. So, for the breeding point of view, they can be used as a donor parent also, and dietary diversifications are there. They are different in taste, different in quality aspect etc. However, they are undervalued, underutilized and are under threat. So, in case of suppose first example of the rice, how to rice is derived? What are the ancestors? What are the wild progenitors of the rice? Oryza indica is the cultivated species. This is the Oryza sativa. Indica is the species. It is cultivated in India. However, Javanica it is cultivated in Indonesia. Likewise, Japonica, this variety is cultivated in Japan and China also. So, how to derive it? Oryza sativa. Oryza sativa is derived from the Oryza rufipogon and Oryza perennis. Oryza rufipogon is the wild progenitor of the rice. This is the Indian rice, while this is Oryza glabrima is the African rice, and this rice is derived from Oryza varthi, and previously it was known as Oryza breviloculata, but nowadays Oryza varthi. So, Oryza glabrima, this is cultivated in Africa. This is cultivated in Africa and considered as a African rice. It is derived from the Oryza varthi. And second example of the wheat, how to wheat is derived? Triticum aestivum, this is the hexaploid wheat. It is cultivated in India, 2n is equal to 42 and haploid number is 21 and the basic set of the hexaploid wheat is 7. So, how to derive? This hexaploid wheat is derived from Triticum monococcum having a AA genome crossed with the wild one. This is possibly Triticum crc, Aegiolops speltoides, So, there are many debates are there. So, still it is considered as unknown species, unknown species. And having a B genome, this is the A genome, and by crossing it is produced A and B, this is sterile, but in the nature this was is a double and it become a tetraploid wheat having a and B genome, Triticum turgidum. Triticum turgidum having a and B genome crossed with the Triticum tauchi, Triticum tauchi having a D genome. So, A and B D genome, this is the sterile, but after doubling of their chromosome it become a fertile and it is a hexaploid which is generated almost 8,000 years ago. So, you can imagine how to domesticate it in nature. So, A, B and D genome, all three D genome are came from the one is from Triticum monococcum, A, B from unknown, D from Triticum tauchi. So, there are three sets of the chromosome. So, one set of the half of the chromosome of the diploid species derived the amphidiploid, means this is the parent, diploid is the parent. So, half of the chromosome number of the diploid species is known as monoploid, monoploid, that is the basic set of the chromosome. This is the basic set of the chromosome. Here the basic set of the chromosome number is 7 and n is the 21, 2n is equal to 42. So, haploid is the gametic chromosome number is designated as n and it is the haploid number. So, Triticum aestivum is derived and it become a hexaploid wheat and it is maximum utilized and grown all over the country, not only in India, even in the Mexico. So, next crop is maize, how to evolve in the nature itself. Here the Gia mexicana is considered as one of the progenitors, but majority of the scientists are agreed Teosinte. Teosinte is the very close to the maize on their knob inheritance pattern, this is the dark staining region on the present on the chromosome. So, majority of the scientists are agreed that Teosinte is very close to the maize and it is considered as a progenitors. But the another way mexicana and tripsicum, these are also considered as a wild progenitors. So, all these three are considered as a wild progenitors, means Teosinte have a very small grain, while modern corn have a robust plant and big size of grain and ideal plant model. So, with the passage of the time they are naturally selected and domesticated and peoples are utilized in their food habit. So, modern corn is ultimately considered all three progenitors are there, means mexicana, Teosinte and tripsicum, but Teosinte is very close to the maize. Evolution of cotton, this is the most important crop, cotton, fiber crop, cotton. Cotton is derived from diploid species, Gosmium herbaceum, Gosmium raymondi. This is the diploid species, n is equal to 13 and one old world big chromosome and another was small chromosome. This is the big chromosome, small chromosome. After polyploidization, it become a tetraploid, and n is equal to 26, where 13 big size of the chromosome, 13 small size of chromosome. So, it considers a new world genotypes and Gosmium barbadens, hirsutum, these are mainly cultivated in India. Gosmium barbadens and hirsutum, they are derived from the herbaceum and raymondi, from the diploid species. Likewise, Gosmium mostellinium, darwini and tomentosum. Besides these two, the three were also derived from Gosmium hirsutum and Gosmium raymondi. And this is the best example. Another example, evolution of brassica. You know, three are the diploid in nature: Brassica nigra, Brassica campestris, Brassica oleracea. Brassica nigra means having a B genome, likewise Brassica oleracea C genome and Brassica campestris A genome. So, A, B and C, their chromosome number is different, haploid number is 10 in case of campestris oleracea, n is equal to 9, likewise in case of nigra n is equal to 8. After naturally crossing themselves to produce a tetraploid, Brassica carinata, Brassica napus, Brassica juncea. Brassica juncea, Brassica nigra and Brassica campestris crossed there and Brassica juncea were produced having A and B genome, n is equal to 18. Likewise, Brassica carinata produced Brassica nigra crossed with the Brassica oleracea produced Brassica carinata having a B and C genome. Likewise, Brassica napus, Brassica campestris crossed with the Brassica oleracea, that is having a and C genome, n is equal to 19. So, Brassica napus is produced. So, 1, 2, 3 are diploid in nature and another 3 are in tetraploid in nature. So, in this way these are derived Brassica species. So, wild relatives of cereals, you can see here the many of the wild relatives. In case of barley, Hordeum spontaneum, these are the progenitors, resistance to powdery mildew. Likewise, as I said, Oryza rufipogan considered as a progenitor, resistance to sheath blight. This is the hot spot area of the Banaras is BHU is considered as a hot spot area for the sheath blight. And bacterial leaf blight also, blast rice, tungro and brown plant hopper and stripped borer. These are the reservoir. Oryza rufipogan is the reservoir for the many traits. Likewise, Oryza nivara considered as a progenitor, resistance to rice grassy stunt virus and blast also, and it has also capacity to avoid drought conditions. So, Oryza nivara and Oryza rufipogan, these are the wild relatives. Likewise, in case of Aegiolus tauchi, this is the source of a high level of zinc and iron, and it is also resistance to leaf rust, biotic resistance, stem rust, strap resistance, powdery mildew and nematodes, green bug, etc. Likewise, finger millets, Illucina indica, these are the progenitors having a high minerals and vitamins, and it is considered as a nutritious crops. Ragi, marua, finger millets, sorghum, this is the wild progenitor having a gene for improving the grain yield and quality also. So, in the case of pulses, these are the wild relatives of the pigeon pea, Casinus casinifolius, and it is tolerant to soil salinity. In the case of the abiotic stress, in the case of the salinity, the plant can be survive. And pod shattering, donor for dwarf plant type and CMS line, and also has a high seed protein. You know, pulse has a high protein content. So, likewise, the another species high level of protein, resistance and tolerant to pod borer, and this is tolerant to drought and early flowering traits. These are the traits which are responsible, these are the traits and their wild relatives are possessing theirs, and these traits can be utilized by crossing with the cultivated species. In the case of black gram, it is resistance to YMV, mung bean yellow mosaic virus. This is very notorious disease of the mung bean, and in green gram this has a profuse pod bearing tendency, and in another progenitors like Vigna sublobata, resistance to Burkitt's YMV, yellow mosaic virus and tolerant to drought, saline and alkali soil, has high methionine and photosynthetic efficiency. For the wild seed crops, mustard, it is a most important crops in our country. Most of the North Indian, mainly it is mustard oil is used in their food habit, and their wild relatives are resistance to mustard aphid, alternaria blight, white rust and tolerant to drought and scattering also. Scattering is the main problem in the case of the mustard. So, in case of safflower, the progenitor has a desirable trait, progenitor Carthamus has a desirable traits. The trait like early maturing, dwarfness, more branches, drought tolerance, resistance to safflower fly and rust, and is a potential donor for cytoplasmic genetic male sterility in the case of safflower. And in case of sesamum, this is the Sesamum indicum, Malabaricium, it is donor for the CMS and free from leaf weaver and powdery mildew, and also survive in a high rainfall, tolerate to waterlogging condition. The sesamum is mainly grown in the kharif crops. So, being a kharif crops need to survive in a high water conditions. So, the gene is responsible, the wild relatives are there, Sesamum indicum. These wild relatives can be crossed with the cultivated one, and in this way we can produce a tolerant genotypes which can survive under the waterlogged conditions. And another Prostratium tolerant to drought, however, one is tolerant to waterlog and another for drought and salinity. Resistance to phyllodes and powdery mildew, and also has a low scattering in nature. So, wild relatives of vegetable crops, these are the wild relatives of the vegetable crops: okra, onion, brinjal, cucumber, radish, and their wild relatives in the okra, Evalmoscus, and this is the probable ancestor which are bearer in nature. Number of fruits per plant is more, resistance to shoot borer and tolerant to yellow mosaic virus also. This is the major disease of the kharif crops, mainly in the okra and mung bean. Onion, this is the resistance to downy mildew, leaf blight, anthracnose and powdery mildew restore male sterility in onion. This is the restoring the capacity of the male sterility, Allium reilly. Solanum incanum tolerant to frost in case of brinjal, and interspecific hybrid with Melogena is resistance to bearing a fruit borer and resistance to fruit borer and fusarium wilt. So, likewise cucumber, Cucumis sativus, resistance to cucumber green mottle virus and powdery mildew, downy mildew, cucumber mosaic virus and nematodes. In case of radish, Raphanus, Raffinistendum, these are the progenitors which are provide a quality traits in case of radish. Thank you.